aren't you? Yeah, you know I'm talking to you. Hey guys, it's Saturday. Why not let's why not let's why not do a hangout with you guys? So let's do a hangout. That's what I meant to say. There you go. So yeah, welcome back, guys. Happy Saturday, Cat. Thank you, in Saba. Dan is here. Hi, Dan. How's it going? Good to see you. Joshua Farrow. So yeah, we want to talk about some whatever you guys want to talk about today. It was just a little hangout. Got about an hour or so free that I can like sit down and chat with you guys. So hey, why not? I love you guys. So hopefully you love me too. Sounds really weird, but Dan says I just finished watching a video on YouTube and I'm glad I saw this. Oh, my live? Well, thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Which video were you watching? Plus, I want to show you guys. I changed out the batteries in this. So, yeah, check that out. I know QMX Picard and got this little. It's for actually to clip on your belt. It also has a sound activated setting, but looks really good behind Picard. I gotta find a way to mount that. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that. Not that you necessarily wanted to see it, but Ensign MJS, how's it going? Pony person is here. Hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. What do you think of episode 11 of Discovery? Haven't seen episode 11. That's not till next week. So, but yeah. And if you're talking about the preview you sent me, Ozzy, I did watch it, but I was watching something else at the time, so I kind of watched it with the sound off. Don't really need the sound. As I suspected, the next episode of Discovery is just going to be them on this barren planetoid in spacesuits, and that's all going to be the whole episode. And we're not going to learn anything new, and we're going to have to wait another goddamn week. So that's what I think of it. Joshua says, I've been trying to figure out what shuttles fit inside the Nova class, and does the NX class only fit the shuttle pods? Yes, the NX class only does have the shuttle pods. There's 4 bays, so as for which ones fit inside the Nova class, there's quite a few. It actually holds quite a few shuttles. I'd have to go back to our video about it. Don't recall offhand. Olivia Julius, though, is here and says, hey, I'm only 100 miles away from St. Cloud, where I'll be going for orientation Monday. That's awesome, Olivia. Glad to hear you got a new job. Hopefully it'll be better. I don't see it being any worse. That's for sure. So good to hear that. Ron Phillips, hi Cap. How was your weekend? Not bad. Not bad at all. Not good, not great, but not bad. So there's that. Ben, I got a Red Dwarf DVD today, which is not an episode or season. It's a special bloopers episode for the 10th, and that's cool. Pony Person had some storms and stuff to do. Also, I'm actually mostly in bed by this time. Where are you located, Pony Person? But had some storms and stuff to do. I don't know what you mean by that specifically. But yes, good to see you anyway. In bed by now. What, do you work shift work, or what time zone are you in? I mean, if you're in Australia, it might be a weird time right now. What time is it there right now? 12, so 5. I mean, 9 9 or 10 a.m. there, I would think. I think so. They're 15 hours ahead of us, so I'm not good with the math. Dan says, when does the Picard show air for you? England's on the 4th of March on Prime Video that I can watch. Same here, March 4th. So, yep. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, he's in Deutschland. Ah, Germany. Good to know, pony person. Good to know. A lot of my family's from Germany, well, originally. So, cool. The Prodigy Playmates figures are on pre-order now for next November. Next November? Oh my God. Okay, you say they're on pre-order. I haven't gone to check that out. Is it just the 4 they've shown? Because they showed Jenkin Pog, Dow, Gwen, and Zero. So if it's just those 4, if there's more, that'd be awesome. I would love there to be more. I just know that the picture we got is only the 4 of them. So let me know if there's more than just those, because I'm just very curious, actually. So, a week from Monday, time change. Oh, it's that time of the year again. I'm just waiting for this fucking weather to end so we can get back to nice weather, sitting outside. I've been very depressed lately. The last 2 or 3 weeks, I just have not felt like myself. I've been irritable, I've been cranky, I've been snippy with people, and I don't like it. So it's definitely seasonal affective disorder. Get it every year, and usually it's a couple weeks worth of a slump here and there. But this one's really been hitting me kind of hard, so I'm not enjoying this weather. I just want it to be done. Plus, I want to get the Camaro back out on the road and go out driving. Clears my head and is something I really enjoy. So, yeah. Anyhow. Anyone find if and when Picard is coming to free TV? Free TV. Well, no TV is really free. I mean, it's kind of free here in Canada with because it's on CTV Sci-fi, but then you have to pay for like the regular cable service, or at least that package in any of your television from any of your television providers. But it is on like basically free TV in that way, and it's also on Crave, which is a streaming service here in Canada, so that they carry all the Star Trek stuff. But yeah, not sure what you mean by that. Joshua, what year Camaro? 79 Camaro. 1979. My very first car. Got it when I was 18 back in 1992. I'm the 3rd owner of it, and I've had it ever since. And yeah, it needs a little bit of work here and there, but overall it's a beautiful looking car. I've done videos about it on, well, it's been in a lot of my captain's logs and stuff, as well as over on my Captain Foley personal channel. I did a whole video on the Camaro, probably 2 videos maybe. But yeah, love my car. Absolutely love my car. So, did you hear or see the picture of 10 Forward Experience, which is the new bar from Picard Season 2? No, haven't seen that. Pixie Doodle, I thought sunny days would make me feel better to go out after the crappy weather goes, but no motivation still. I'm right there with you with the no motivation. I'm sitting on the couch beside you, not wanting to get my ass up, but at the same time wanting to go do things, because I don't want to be stuck in the house. But it's just a bad situation all around. In England, channel E4 once showed Discovery Season 1. I don't know where Strange New Worlds will be shown. Joshua Farrow says, nice, 305 CI. I assume you're asking about an engine. It's not a 305, it's a 350 small block. So I had it rebuilt many years ago. Had the pistons bored out, and I forget the compression and all that shit. I'm not I'm not good with engine stuff. I just know it's pretty powerful engine, especially after the modifications. And I had nitrous on it for a few years, but Pony Person, streaming is unfortunately not an option for me. Interwebs suck here. Oh no. PJ Vincent, afternoon, Captain. Of all the Star Trek fan designs you have reviewed, what has been your favorite? For example, I have always been a fan of your Trekyards, episode 181, the USS Interceptor. I can't say which ones would be my favorite because there are so many great fan designs. And to pick one, I don't think is fair to the creators of those. I've liked all of them for different reasons. It's a diplomatic answer. But there's been some really impressive ones. There's a lot more to come too. We have some filmed. We have a lot more that are in different stages of development, and yeah, so there's more to come. I don't know which one I would say is my favorite. I can't even picture what the Interceptor looks like currently, just off the top of my head. So I'm not sure. That's not a fair question to ask somebody. What's your favorite, whatever? But yeah, I hope that answers satisfactory. Wavical. I think that feeling sick affected your enjoyment of a show or two. I would have hoped you'd enjoyed the recent Discovery episode where they go to that barge. Kind of reminds me of the old Star Wars settings. Go to what barge? And feeling sick didn't have anything to do with the enjoyment of the last few Discovery episodes. Season 4, up till the break they took, was pretty good. We were enjoying it. But since then, it's just been just dragging out this story to the point of one story beat per episode, kind of, and it's just boring. This last episode that I've just watched, episode 10, the Galactic Barrier, was by far better than the last two that we saw. But still, it wasn't a satisfying episode by any stretch of the imagination. So, ThinkPad, hey, click that like button, folks. Yes, please click the like button. Feel free to super chat as well. And yeah, thanks for being here. Chin up, Captain. Spring is on. Yeah, it is. Dan Ben. 5 Star Trek Prodigy action figure releases from Playmates Toys will be hitting store shelves in October. Dal, Murph, Gwen, Pog. Oh yeah, that's right. Murph was in that picture too. Hologram Janeway, 6th release, and Rock Talk in early 2023. Right. Joshua Farrell, you have my dream car. Well, if you're a member of my Captain Foley personal channel, just go on there and we'll just type in the search on YouTube, Captain Foley Camaro, and put tour. I think tour is in the tags as well. You'll find it and you'll be able to see what it looks like. So, Squadron Course Interceptor was a nice design, in my honest opinion. Wavical, the one where Oa fights. Oh, that's a fucking awful episode. It is boring as fuck, man. Ugh. The whole episode could have been wrapped up in 10-15 minutes as a side plot in another episode. Honestly, it wasn't satisfying. It dragged on too much. The card game was awful. Her table talk, or their table talk to each other, like, wow, look at those cards. Can you imagine? And then the bullshit. It was awful. It was just awful. It was an awful episode. Had me feeling not great. It had nothing to do with affecting my enjoyment of that episode. It was just a shit episode. So. Kareem says, first off, I appreciate all the work you guys do and love the channel and hope to see more stuff. Awesome, thank you. I think we can all agree that the new Star Trek stuff, while visually good, is underwhelming to say the least. Well, I mean, it's not all underwhelming. That's one thing we do here at Trekyards is we point out the good and bad. Like, we look at everything, and we don't just pick one side or the other. This pug is snoring. We definitely like to find the balance there, because even old Trek has bad shit in it. So yeah, generally the writing for some of the newer Treks, live action ones, has not been the best so far. Looking forward to Picard season 2 very much, and Discovery's only got better since season 1. So Yeah, it's not. It is underwhelming a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, the animated Treks have made up for that. Lower Decks has been phenomenal since the get go. So has Prodigy, and looking forward to those returning as well. So, Strange New Worlds, I hope, is much better also, but again, we'll have to wait and see. It's a waiting game at this point. ThinkPad. More likes means more love and appreciation. After all, this is free content. It is. It is. That's why also super chats are great, because even though it's free and you guys can all have access to it, um, we need to still be able to keep doing it. And so super chats are a way to help us do that. So yes, you don't have to super chat or pay for the content in any way, but we do have Patreon, we do have joining the channel, we do have the super chat option. It's all helpful to us, so that we can, you know, focus on doing this for you guys. So um, let's see, how's everyone? Just while you were on, we're all good, I think. Squadra Course, how are you? BJ Vincent, sorry I worded that question poorly, but yes, you answered my question. Awesome. Yeah, I know it. Don't worry about the poor wording. It just confuses me a lot of times because I am dyslexic. So a lot of times when I'm reading something, I don't want to assume somebody means something, so I try to read exactly what they put. It's just, anyway. Kareem Alalami, of course, Lower Decks is the best thing to come out. Well, yes, it is. But also Prodigy is right there with it. Prodigy has been fantastic so far. Dan Ben, Star Trek, new Star Trek Prodigy ships, vehicles, and roleplay toys will be available in 2023. We'll be sure to keep an eye out for other characters that have not been mentioned. That's awesome. I want, as I said, I want Zero. I want the character Zero. I also want Dreadnought. I, of course, want a Protostar. I like the new phasers, and I like the new tricorder designs. So if Playmates makes those, I'll be getting all of those for sure. Squadra Course, $1 super chat, so thank you so much. Patrick is here. Hello, good sir. Does every Canadian have a cabin they go to? I always wondered that. No, we don't. I mean, every Canadian probably knows somebody with a cabin. Like, Sylvia's uncle has a really nice cabin up in Muskoka, and I know a few other people that have cabins elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, everybody knows somebody that has one, but not everybody owns one. No. Pony person, looking for a ship design I could try to build in Space Engineers. Got something easy on your mind? No, I don't. I can't even begin to answer that question. I don't know. I don't know. Squadra Course just finished a rewatch of Lower Decks seasons 1 and 2. Oh, that's awesome. I'm rewatching Discovery. Just about finishing up season 1, and it's a lot better than I remember. It's much better as a binge watch for sure, and I enjoy the characters more. I loved Lorca. The Stamets, his original attitude was amazing. I love that guy. He's definitely changed as a character to the point where he's unrecognizable. Tilly was awesome as well in seasons 1 and 2. Her character kind of changed a little bit as well, and Burnham is the only one I can't really stand from seasons 1 and 2, but she's actually not that bad. Saru was a little bit different. He had those little clicks occasionally. Doesn't do that anymore. Kind of missed that. So there's a lot about season 1 and 2 that on a binge watch, on a rewatch, when I'm not having my reviewing hat on, is a lot better and more enjoyable. So I do kind of miss a lot of the aspects of season 1 of Discovery. Pumpkin Spice. Any new information about the previous vessel Al-Abin that Rios commanded? No, not that I'm aware of. Dave G Sound says, hello, bud. Hello, man. How's it going? Pony person, somehow I can't take animated Trek series seriously. Well, that's your problem because you're missing out 100%. Lower Decks is not meant to be taken seriously. Prodigy is, and Prodigy is by far the best season 1 so far, pretty much any Trek series except TOS and Lower Decks. I mean, there's something to be said for that, but it's already been thought out. They have 40 episodes. They have 20 episodes in season 1, 20 episodes in season 2. There was a whole story arc planned for 40 episode span, and so far it is coming together beautifully, and you can tell it was cohesively written. So yeah, Prodigy is by far amazing. The Majid was not a ship Rios commanded. No, he was the commander. Ozzy says you need Grudge in your back seat, tapping on your shoulder to go fast by pushing the button so that we can Go we in the Camaro. Well, that would be her. I don't want fucking Grudge. Ozzy, I don't know if you noticed. I can't stand Grudge, so I don't know why I keep bringing Grudge up. I'm not a huge cat fan, and just Grudge is annoying. She's a queen. No, she's not. She's absolutely not. Stop that. I'm glad she hasn't been in any of the episodes. But no, this will be the one tapping on my shoulder going, go faster. Kareem Alalami, hope I'm saying that right, puts in 40, and I don't have a currency converter here, so I'm not sure what currency that is, but thank you so much. Much appreciated. Kyrian Spores, what job does Kovich not have? He's a man of many talents. Yeah, Kovich is awesome. I really liked him in the last episode, that little reference to a 3-hour tour, and I have something more important to do. Well, what the hell is more important than this? Hopefully nothing if I do my job correctly. Yeah, there's some mystery there, and I like that. I do love Kovich. I think he's a fantastic character. Looking forward to seeing a lot more of him. I would love a Kovich spin-off series, but hey. Robert Hartley throws in an amazing $10 super chat. Greetings, Captain. Thank you, Robert. I'll have a drink for that, even though it's just water today. Throat's getting a little dry. Dan Ben, a free-to-play mobile game has tied to Lower Decks is currently being developed, but for a worldwide launch later in 2022 on iOS and Android, titled Star Trek Lower Decks: The Badgie Directive. Yeah, seen that, and looking forward to that. Although it's just like a standard mobile game, so it's not really up my alley, but I'll give it a try for sure. Pumpkin Spice. Picard seems to be ignoring the legacy of the Enterprise D and E. It seems to be a Stargazer now. They should have done a prequel Stargazer film or miniseries for streaming. That would have been a good idea. I don't think they're ignoring the legacy of the Enterprise, but we'll see how it plays out. It is cool to see a new Stargazer for sure. Squadra Course. I'm not a huge fan of the Prodigy phasers. Well, they're specialist phasers. The producers of the show said as much, even in interviews and to us personally. They're specialist phasers. All the equipment on the Prodigy is specialist. Even the uniforms are specialist uniforms, so they're not the standard stuff you'd see in Starfleet of the same era. I really like the new phasers, though. I think they're a very cool design. So, sorry to hear you don't like them, but I do. Dan Ben, I've seen 2 people on YouTube who posted footage of that game. Yeah, I haven't even... I mean, we've heard about it. I've seen a few images, but nothing. I just don't really care. Jeff Sturm. Hello, Captain. I missed a lot of these. Sorry. How have you been? Don't be sorry for missing them. Thank you for being able to join, though. And I've been okay. Like I said, seasonal affective disorders a thing. I've definitely been in a slump the last 2 or 3 weeks. So, ThinkPad, the smartest words ever spoken. I do not know. Kareem says, Prodigy is amazing, but I think treating it as a way to introduce newer and younger viewers to the show. I mean, Discovery shallow storyline could do that as a 20-minute cartoon. Prodigy is awesome. Prodigy needs to be longer. They need to be hour-long episodes, and I think that's why they made each season 20 episodes instead of 10, because they're half-hour each. So basically we're getting 10 full episodes when you really think about it. So, yeah, and it's not just a way of introducing younger viewers, just new viewers of Star Trek. I would suggest Prodigy as Prodigy's like a gateway drug to Star Trek, because they do they touch on a lot of things just reference wise, and it's neat. It's a good way, I think, to get people into Trek and get them interested. Aaron Genther, hey Cap, do we have any speculation for the race of the other prisoner with Tarka? Not that I'm aware of. No. Wavicle. If I were to try reproducing a ship in something like Space Engineer, have not played, I would try a small but cool ship, Klingon Bird of Prey. Bird of Prey, the Defiant maybe, even the Wave Rider, which is the auxiliary ship on the Nova. Even the Nova would be a good one for small ships. The Raven from Voyager. Raven was Annika Hansen's parents' ship. Cool little design too. Or even the Jenolan, the Sydney class, the USS Jenolan. Dan Ben, what did you think about the cast of Star Trek 4 being surprised? I laughed my ass off because we said that. Pony Person, not sure if the blocks are capable of producing a bird of prey. Joshua Farrow, Saudi Rial, I believe. How for the currency? Cool. Ozzy says, I mean, Baby Yoda in your back seat in your Camaro going me. I'd rather have my pug than Baby Yoda. Wavicle, hell yes to a Kovich spinoff. Let's see, Wavicle, hell yes. Squadra Course been working out the duty and alert assignments for every member of the Cerberus crew. Interesting to figure out how a ship would really need to work. Let's see. ThinkPad, so happy to see so many clicking that like button to support this awesome free content. Yes, please hit the like button if you haven't. Would really appreciate it. Let's see. Kyrian Spores would like Janeway and Picard. Stand aside, Admiral Clancy. You messed up. Hell yeah. It would be cool to see a Janeway and Picard for sure. Dan Ben, did you see the new Trek Central video about the new Stargazer ship? And footage, they speculate the Borg Queen might be using a Borg version of the Red Angel suit. Haven't seen that, but we kind of talked about that a little bit. I was sure it was the Borg Queen. Samuel's not so sure because why is it wearing a cloak? Whatever. I think it's the Borg Queen. I haven't seen that video though, so no. Shannon Murphy is here. Hello, Cap. My typing might be sporadic because I'm multitasking Battlefield and this. Well, there you go. Joshua Farrow, the currencies Saudi Rial I've never heard of. I collect currencies from all over the world. I don't have those. Pony Person, the Raven, of course. How could I forget that one? That'd be a good one too. I think it'd be pretty easy with the building materials. Jeff Sturm, I was thinking about naming an Oberth class ship USS Foley's Pug. Oh, that's funny. You're gonna get a ship named after you, Puggins? Joshua Farrow, I'd really like to see a Stargazer pre-TNG show. Here's my speculation. We're not only going to see Rios' Stargazer, we're going to see a TOS era Stargazer. I'm calling it right now. Don't know how it's going to work in, but you're going to see one. Just saying. Just saying. Shannon says, dude messaged me yesterday after I went 41 to 1 in a tank and said the guys in his party asked if I was actually a girl. Oh my God. Dan Ben, are you looking forward to the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? That's a stupid question. Yes, of course I am. Yes, I am. Squadron Course, what do you think of the ratio of officers to NCOs and enlisted would be on average on an average Starfleet ship? I'm thinking maybe 25% officers, 25% NCOs, and 50% enlisted. I would say the officer ratio is a little high there. If you look at a lot of the old blueprints and schematics and stuff for ships where they have the officers listed, there's very few officers. And a lot of enlisted and a lot of NCOs as well. So I think the 25% for officers is a little high. Maybe 10 or 15% might be more accurate. But yeah, other than that, I think those numbers are pretty good. So Eric Martin, is there anything in canon about what Picard did between the Stargazer and Enterprise D? I think it was several years. I'm sure there is. I just can't remember what it is. Honestly, I've asked myself that very question a few times and never bothered to look it up. Well, some people don't like that he's leaving the planet or he fights Starfleet. I don't really care what people think. I've loved everything that they've done with the shows. Everybody was like bitching about Boba Fett show. I thought it was fantastic. So I'm looking forward to Kenobi for sure. And yeah, what else can I say? I'm looking forward to it. Plus, it's in May. I forget the release date, but it's in May. There's a lot coming out in May. Strange New Worlds is coming out in May. Top Gun Maverick is coming out the day before my birthday, which is awesome. Just after May and June is coming Orville. What else is coming out in May? There's a few things coming out in May. I've been excited about some stuff. So, uh, yeah, I can't think what else is coming out in May, but there's a few things that I'm excited for. Do you like Criminal Minds? It's been something I've been binge watching. I used to watch it with my ex. We watched a lot of the seasons. Kind of fell out of it after a while, but yeah, those police procedural shows are always good. Sylvia and I are a big fan of Bones, and also we've been binge watching Murdoch Mysteries again. Murdoch Mysteries is a great show. I think in other countries it's called The Artful Detective, but it's based on a series of novels by, I think, Maureen Jennings is her name. But yeah, Murdoch Mysteries takes place in like late 1800s, like going into the 1900s. I think season 5 is when it turned 1900, so it's right at the beginning of the century, and it's in Toronto, Ontario, which is really cool. So like a Victorian detective show. It's really good. Squadra Course, thanks. Just seems odd that we see so few NCOs and enlisted in the shows. Lots of ensigns, though. Yeah. Mr. Trent 100, have you seen the new pics of the Stranger Worlds Enterprise bridge from last week? You could do an episode on them. We did, but there wasn't anything official. That was for an investors thing. And once they come up with an official trailer, we've already talked about the bridge. We got a peek of it when they showed the characters, and you see Uhura and stuff. We had shots of the bridge that we've already talked about. We know what it's going to basically look like. It's not going to be much different from the Enterprise bridge we saw in Discovery, and we've kind of said our piece about it. Once the show starts or we get an official trailer, we'll probably do another breakdown on it, but I don't know what else to say. I'm sure we'll find something. So, Carwin, hey, how's it going? Squadra Course rose and another $1. Thank you so much, Squadra Course. Those dollars and $10 and $5, they all add up. So thank you so much. Dan says, "Is it mentioned? It is mentioned in Measure of a Man what Picard did, or is it? Not that I'm aware of." Birth defect, 1186. I've heard someone break down the crew breakdown pretty well. About 80%. 80 to 20, 5% commissioned and warrant officers, 15% NCO, and 80% lower enlisted. Okay. ThinkPad says Murdoch is the mad note. So many great cameos. Hell yeah. Doctor Strange is in May. It's not what I was thinking of, though. I like the MCU. I like Doctor Strange and all that, but I'm just not excited for the next Doctor Strange movie, even though I know Xavier's in it and Deadpool's probably in it, but I'm just, for some reason, it's not exciting me. It's not on my radar. So yeah, in England, that Alibi channel has lots of those crime dramas. Mr. Raven Productions, we both know another Victorian era detective show, don't we? Well, yeah, I've been a huge Sherlock Holmes fan forever, and the Granada Sherlock Holmes series from the 80s is phenomenal. It's the best Sherlock Holmes depiction ever from Mr. Jeremy Brett. So yeah, I love the Victorian era. I love that kind of thing. Murdoch is very much like Holmes as far as, I think, Mr. Raven Productions, if you're watching this still, you need to check out. It's called Murdoch Mysteries, but it's also called The Artful Detective in some places. So I don't know what it's called where you are. But you would really enjoy it. There's like 16 seasons. It is a very well put together show, and you learn a lot about Toronto and Canada, and yeah, like it was said, a lot of great cameos from famous historical figures and just actors that you probably know from different shows. So there's a lot going on with Murdoch Mysteries. It's well worth a watch. Dan Ben, Professor X and New Doctor Strange. Yeah, probably. Even the original Captain Kirk was in that show. Oh yeah, Shatner does make an appearance, I think. Kyrian Spore is quite interesting that the show we thought we would stay on Tatooine. Obi-Wan looks like it will go to other places while Boba Fett stayed on Tatooine. Yeah, but I kind of like to see Obi-Wan out of that environment, so I kind of like that. So, but I still think Book of Boba Fett should have had at least one episode where he took Slave One to another planet or another system and did something for at least an episode to break it up a bit. But it is what it is. I enjoyed it either way. So Borg in the new Kelvin timeline Trek movie for 2023. Hope not. That'd be fucking stupid. Why would the Borg be in the TOS era? No. Pony Person, if you are interested in science fiction novels, I would recommend Perry Roden. It's the longest running series in the world. Haven't even heard of that, and not a well. I am a huge fan of science fiction. Not so much reading it. I do enjoy reading like Star Trek novels and Star Trek books specifically. Also, the Dragon Riders of Pern series, as I've talked about. I guess I got a few science fiction. I just want to start a franchise or any kind of book series, just because. I'll have to look it up. Perry Roden. I'll see what it says about it. So, Anthony Lauder. What are your thoughts on the Noble Collections Star Trek 3D chess? It looks awesome. I've got the Franklin Mint 25th anniversary, or is it 30th anniversary? Anyway, the chess set in the other room, which is behind me in a lot of my review videos. So yeah, that one's in the ready room. It's nice, but it's a lot smaller. This one is actually like the actual size and more accurate colors and things like that. So it looks great. It looks great. I would like to get one at some point. ThinkPad, every dollar can make a difference. Yes, it can. Considering we only get 70 cents out of every dollar, because YouTube takes 30%. It's a real bitch. So, yeah, anything you can do to help with super chats and stuff, guys, we'd appreciate. Squadron Course, I wonder if smaller ships have a few more officers as a percentage of total crew, because they still need department heads, but have less people in their departments. Yeah, I think the ratios would be skewed on ships like the Defiant stuff, just because it is a smaller ship. ThinkPad, I think he played the role of Mark Twain. Yes, he did. Shatner was Mark Twain in Murdoch Mysteries. You're absolutely right. Sorry, Samuel Clements. Joshua Farrow, has anyone ever watched Biker Mice from Mars? I'm looking to get the DVD. Loved it as a child. I never did watch it. I was definitely aware of it and the toys and stuff, but I never watched the show or had the toys. So, ThinkPad, both genuine shows with tangible content that has substance. Wasn't Rush from I don't know if Rush was, I don't know anything about music, so. Grandma's Bowl of Nuts. What do you think about DePaul making an appearance in Strange New Worlds? I think it would be fantastic. And yes, let's do it. Dan Ben, yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi show will have Inquisitors. Ooh, nice. Carwin Morris, so many people are in Doctor Strange. I think we're all in it. Birth Defect, Doctor Strange should cameo Tom Hardy as Professor X instead of Patrick Stewart. BJ Vincent, $2. Hey Cap, have you watched the series Yellowstone? No, I have not. I only heard the word about the series Yellowstone today, and I still don't know anything about it. It's funny how I heard about it earlier today, and then you mention it here. ThinkPad, Rush is Canadian. That I know. Rush is Canadian. This I know. For the internet told me so. Anyway, Shannon Murphy. Now I'm on the phone with my mother. Wonderful. Hello, mother of Shannon Murphy. She must be a Grand Inquisitor then, if you're just an Inquisitor, Shannon. ThinkPad. I like reading fantasy novels more than sci-fi myself. Yeah, I like both, so. Squadron Course. So you like reading Star Trek novels? I do. I got a lot. I'd rather read a Star Trek novel than start a new thing by Isaac Asimov or Arthur C. Clarke. I know they have they're fantastic science fiction writers, but I'd rather read a Star Trek novel than get into something new. I've been watching Foundation on Apple TV, and I'm 7 episodes in. I'm just like, there's some good stuff here, but it's just not grabbing me. Expanse was the same way for a while, but Expanse got really good, so I did enjoy the Expanse. But Foundation, it just seems like Game of Thrones in space at some points, and it's just like, it's okay. Dan Ben, Murdoch Mysteries has 15 seasons available to watch on my TV. There you go. Check them out if you're interested in any kind of Victorian era, Sherlock Holmes, that kind of vibe, or even just police procedurals, crime shows. It's definitely a good show to watch. ThinkPad, say hi to your mom for me, Inquisitor Shannon Murphy. Squadron Course throws in another dollar. See, thank you. Carwin says, any idea on the release of the motion picture 4K? I've seen the new screenshots, but haven't seen when it's available. I have no idea. Haven't been paying attention. Haven't heard anything new. So it's funny, the sun's setting over there, but it's reflecting on my face here because I got the half of the window open. So it's reflecting off the glass or the mirror over there onto my face. So it looks like the sun's setting on this side of me, but it's not setting on that side. Fun fact. No one cares. All right, cool. Jeff Sturm, I live near Mark Twain's house in Hartford. Oh, that's cool. Squadron Course, is T'Pol supposed to be in Strange New Worlds? That would be a nice tie-in. She's not supposed to be, but she could be, absolutely. And I think she would be. I would love for them to include her. So, Dan Ben, if you're not going to listen to that new Star Trek Picard audio drama about Seven and Raffi, that Trek Central video I mentioned earlier, mentioned a few good points. Okay, I don't give a flying fuck about Seven or Raffi. So maybe I'll check out the video. I don't know. Shannon Murphy, Yellowstone has Kevin Costner in it. It's great. Cool. Wavicle, $5. Kovich's Mission, time travel 75%. Kelvin related 10%. Probably good ratio, but Kovich is spelled with a K, not with a C, just so you know. Kyrian Spores. If Nemesis had done better at the box office, would that have made Enterprise Season 5 more likely? Probably, yes. Guinan's in Strange New Worlds? I mean, I don't care. I don't want to see Guinan in Strange New Worlds. There's no need for that. So no. Shannon Murphy. Haha, my mom is too nice for a Grand Inquisitor job. She's the kindest person I know. Good to know. Dan Ben, will you stop drinking vodka in protest of what's happening in Ukraine? No, I'll just drink Canadian vodka, like the Crystal Skull vodka that I usually drink. It's made by Dan Aykroyd, who's a Canadian, and it's made in Canada. So, but I won't buy any Russian vodka, if that's what you mean. I do have some down on the bar, but I'm not going to stop drinking vodka. I don't drink vodka often anyway, so... ThinkPad, Rush is such a unique band. I compare Rush to the card game of cribbage. Okay. Robert Hartley, $5. Are you looking forward to season 2 of The Bad Batch? I haven't got through season 1 yet. I'm only on episode 5. I haven't gone back to revisit that for a while, so yeah, I still need to catch up on a lot of my Star Wars animated stuff. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I'm glad it's got a season 2. Nace say never. Hey Cap, you still got the Camaro? If yes, do a resto mod and drop in an LS3 into it. That's the plan. I've been talking about getting an LS3 like crate engine in that thing for years now, but it's all a matter of money and timing and stuff. So, and yes, I still have the Camaro. Don't worry. I hope to be driving it within a month. Depends on how the weather goes, but. Hasso, have you read Star Trek Coda books yet? No, I haven't. I do plan on, if not reading them, at least getting them on audio and listening to them while I walk when the weather gets nicer. But no, I haven't yet. Shannon Murphy, I'm saying no to vodka. Are there any Ukrainian brands of vodka, though? That I don't know. Metallica fan 1442, I really enjoy reading Warhammer novels. Both the fantasy and sci-fi universes, 40K and 30K, that they do. The Horus Heresy is a fantastic series in that universe. Yeah, I don't think I could get into Warhammer. I don't know. I've heard things about it, and it's like, it sounds really cool, but I just, I don't know. It seems very heavy, very dense, and I'm just not sure I have the time to get into it. Dan Ben, do you buy any Lego Star Wars sets? Not specifically. I do have a few here and there. I've got the ATST. I've got the both the big ATST and the small one. But no, I don't have the big Lego Millennium Falcon or Star Destroyer or anything. There's not room to display them. So, yeah. Course. I think some of the classic sci-fi stories are more about concept than characters or events. Seems like how people favor character-driven stories. Seems like now that people. I mean, maybe, yeah. So. Jeff Sturm, I thought it was just a warp core breach, but if you say it's the sunset, then okay. Oh no. Get fried. Eric Martin, I think the female lawyer in Measure of a Man acted as Picard's prosecutor during the court-martial after losing the Stargazer, but I don't remember any details beyond that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I remember from that too, Eric. So, and Eric, I'm not ignoring you, by the way. I know you messaged me about, you had a question. I saw it last night when I was out with friends, and I just didn't get around to it, and you just reminded me of it right now. So, don't think I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. Pumpkin Spice, Picard's grandfather in diapers. Strange New World. And no, I don't say diapers. Scotty does, though. I was an engineer while your grandfather was in diapers. I don't know why people pronounce every fucking letter in it. Diapers. It's diapers. But hey, okay, whatever. So if you say diapers, you're wrong, according to Captain Foley. But, yeah. Diapers. And diapers. No, it's diapers. It's diapers, guys. Anywho. Carwin says, and good to see you again, Carwin, by the way. I'd like to see Kim Cattrall come into Picard. That story could go anywhere. Redemption or villainy. You could do anything with Valeris. I agree. Pony Person, Finnish vodka is the best anyway. Yeah, and also potato vodka is the best. Vodka made from potatoes is far superior. So, ThinkPad, Dan Aykroyd is the best. Dan Ben understood about vodka. ThinkPad, crimmage has no linear roots, as almost all card games do, Captain Foley. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Dan Ben, Kim Cattrall sometimes leaves projects for certain reasons and doesn't come back. Well, fuck her. Joshua Farrow, is Star Trek Insurrection the only time the warp core ejection system worked? Nope, worked a few times. And it worked in Voyager. We saw an ejection there, and so yeah. Rush is the same. Only Rush is Rush. Joshua Farrow, just watched it. That stood out to me. Dan Ban, Halo has a TV show. Yes, I'm going to watch it because it looks entertaining. ThinkPad, we make vodka here in Nova Scotia too. You can make vodka from both rice and potatoes. Yes, but the potato vodka, there's a really expensive brand, a Polish brand, I think, that Sylvia bought once. Very expensive, but it's potato vodka, and it was so good. It was so good. It's a cleaner hangover too, by the way, than the rice stuff. So, yeah, potato vodka for the win. Birth defects, ThinkPad, not to be an ass, but is there maple flavored Canadian vodka? That would be amazing. No, there's not. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Dan says, if I had to pick a Lego set for you, it should be the UCS buildable art. Oh yeah, the R2 would be cool. Yeah, anything R2D2, I'm all over. I'm surprised I don't have a Lego R2D2 actually. But yeah. Shannon Murphy, never heard of cribbage until I played Red Dead Redemption 2. Really? Wow. Eric says Polish vodka is quite good. Yes, it is. Birth defect, ThinkPad, outstanding. I'll have to check that out. ThinkPad, 1886. We have maple flavored stuff, yet in Quebec they have 10 times more. Love Scotty, man, the best. Pumpkin Spice, that was more a reference to Kirk from Generations. Confused now. Wavicle, Tovtree, I think, is an excellent Ukrainian vodka, but have been able to find for years, but have heard heard about Nimirov vodka? No, I'm not a connoisseur of alcohol. I just, hey, that looks cool. It's a cool bottle. I'll buy that. So, Joshua Farrow, the episode that the Janolan crashed in is my top 10. In my top 10. That's Relics, yeah. Pumpkin Spice. I was out saving the galaxy when your grandfather was in diapers. That's it, yes. Dan Ben, was Voyager the first time we see them actually eject the warp core? Yes. Yes, I think it was the first and only visual representation of a warp core ejection so far. Diapers, when your grandfather diapers, I was giving the galaxy, or saving the galaxy. ThinkPad, I agree, my captain. The Polish vodka is good. Dan Ben, what is the worst film or TV show based on a video game you have seen? Film or TV show based on a video game? I mean, a lot of people would jump to Assassin's Creed, and yes, Assassin's Creed was a little bit of a letdown. I didn't think it was a bad movie, though. I rather enjoyed it. Hitman wasn't very good. Trying to think of any TV shows that were based on games. Like, I haven't watched all the game to, movie or TV formats, so I don't know. Hitman wasn't the best. Let's see, what else? I don't know. Good question. ThinkPad, I prefer Finlandia, yet it's not smooth. Street Fighter, the live action movie was, yep, that would be a good one. Eric Martin, that's why Voyager didn't have saucer separation, because they finally got the core ejection to work, and I think the diagrams show a backup core, but they never use it on the show. Yes, it does have a backup core. It wasn't fully assembled, though, when they left. They had parts. They had all the parts for another warp core, but... Jeff Sturm, Super Mario Brothers, the movie. Yes, there you go. That's the answer. Carwin, Street Fighter was bad, but I think Super Mario was worse, way worse. Discovery ejected the core, remember? Bouncy bounce. Oh, for fuck's sakes, you're right. Here's an ejection shaft. Let's eject the warp core. Ting, 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 as it goes out. That's fucking brilliant engineering. Not like the warp core is dangerous or anything. Let's have it bounce off the side multiple fucking times instead of just a nice clean, nice fit and just. No, it's ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that was fucking brilliant. You're absolutely right. That was another example of them ejecting a core. I tried to forget that, but thank you for reminding me. Fuck. The Trek reviewer, Captain Philippa, whatever, was the prosecutor. Captain Philippa Luvois was the prosecutor in the Stargazer trial. Good old gamer, do you think we'll see the Enterprise saucer separate in Strange New Worlds and land on those little legs like aliens? I hope so. I would love to see a TOS saucer separation and saucer landing. I think that'd be cool. I would love to see that, yes. I don't think, I think we might. I think that would be a fun thing for them to add. But if I had to bet on it, I'd say no, because they probably don't even know it has that capability because they're idiots. So, yeah. Shannon Murphy, games are meant to be played, not watched, in my opinion. Games these days with the really dramatic cutscenes, which are sometimes way too fucking long when you're trying to play a game, I will go back and I will watch people that edit it together to be a movie. Sometimes it's like a 5 or 6 hour movie of just cutscenes and important gameplay that makes up a movie. Pretty fun in a lot of instances. It's boring generally because it's not really structured well like a movie is, but I kind of disagree, Shannon. I see a lot of action scenes in movies and stuff, and I'm like, this would make a fantastic video game translation. But that's like movie to TV or show to TV, so or movie to game. Sorry, movie to game or TV to game. Like certain scenes in movies would be like an excellent video game level, you know. So I think that kind of thing, but Star Trek Insurrection Warp Core Ejection 2. Do we see the warp core ejection of the Enterprise? Maybe, yeah, sure. I haven't watched Insurrection for quite a while. Yeah, they eject the warp. You don't. Do we see it leave the ship? We do see it get blown up because they fire at it and blow it up to stop the. Yeah. Yeah. There's that one too. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And then they're kind of stranded because they don't have warp core. But yeah. The Cerberus has about 100 crew. Just having officers on the bridge for 4 duty shifts equals 21 officers. Would you have lower than ensign at the bridge station? Somebody lower than an ensign? Probably not. I would assume not. Birth defect. Should NASA end flights aboard Russian vessels? I think they should, but I want to hear from someone else. No, I think NASA and the space program should be completely separate. I hate that we gave up the shuttle and stuff. Like, that's just stupidity to launch up to the ISS on Russian rockets. It's just stupid in my opinion, but should they stop? No, that should be something completely different from the political bullshit, like the space stuff. The fact that Russia said, "Oh, we can crash the ISS into anywhere in America we want," because they have control of the thrusters. They can change the trajectory of the ISS from ground. I feel bad for the astronauts up there, the Russians and the Americans, but that's a whole other discussion. Do I think they should stop using the rockets? I mean, like I said, I think not. I think the space program should be completely separate from anything political, but it's clearly not. So I don't know how to answer that. I just, in my mind, it's just a separate thing. So I don't know. I don't want to get into politics and all that bullshit. Pony person, it's a shame that Voyager never got to use the arrow wing thingy. Yeah, I agree. The Arrow shuttle was a cool design. So, Carwin Morris, yeah, Jeff trumped me on that with that one. ThinkPad, this is so awesome. What is so awesome, ThinkPad? Dan Ben, there might be a deleted scene of the core actually ejecting the Star Trek Insurrection, but we do see them launch it. Okay. Birth defects. Voyager had only a partial warp core, but infinite parts for shuttles and photon torpedoes. LOL. That's called a fucking replicator. You can replicate all the parts you need to build a new shuttle. There's no problem there. Same with the torpedo thing. With no way to replenish them. I know they said that, but they ran into other species and stuff that would have the antimatter or whatever they needed for powering it, whatever. So I have no problem with that. You can definitely replicate parts. That's what replicators are for. That's why they're industrial replicators in most shuttle bays. Not most, but like later that became a thing. So, Joshua Farrow, what episode does the Discovery drop the warp core when it? I don't remember what episode it was. Couldn't tell you. Shannon Murphy, but I thought that the Assassin's Creed movie was good. So did I, but a lot of people hated it. So, Jeff Sturm, TOS saucer separates needs a space dock to reconnect with the secondary hull. This is true. That's what it says. In Star Trek Continues, when they separated it in the second to last episode, they could reconnect it without a starbase though. So, But yeah, I have no problem with it needing a starbase. I think it's a cool idea to kind of make you think twice about doing it. It needs to be an emergency. Dan Ben, if Voyager doesn't, in Voyager, doesn't the Delta Flyer also eject his warp core in one episode? Probably, but that's a shuttle. Nobody cares. ThinkPad, Twitch made watching game playing a thing. Mark Lawrence, saucer separation in Strange New Worlds would be an easy way to get out of that completely wrong saucer before TOS. ThinkPad, we all know, some watch it. Squadron Course, I think you're right, but I can't remember what episode. Dan Ben says warp cores multiple are ejected in the Star Trek 2009 movie, which I didn't like them to. That's fucking stupid. That was the dumbest fucking shit ever. Eject the warp cores. How many do you have? It's a core. You know what the definition of core means? Center. One. But yeah, that ship was also steam powered with steampunk fucking whatever. So yeah, launching 15 warp cores out of it, who gives a shit? It's just dumb. That's the 2000. It doesn't even count in my head for warp core ejections. It's just dumb. Pony person, would a saucer separation and landing in TOS be more of a controlled crash? Yes, it would. The Trek reviewer, actually every landing is a controlled crash. Just ask any pilot. But anyway, yeah, it definitely would be. The Trek reviewer, I'm not sure, but I have heard that Doug Drexler has joined the creative staff for Star Trek. Yes, he has been working on Picard season 2 and 3, and it shows already. He's also working on. I don't think he's working on Strange New Worlds. I was just talking to him earlier today, actually. But I don't like bother him about work all the time because I want to, consider him more of a friend than, hey, Doug, what do you know about this? What do you know about this? Because I'm afraid every time I ask him about one of the shows, he's going to think, well, just trying to get an inside scoop for your podcast. But so I try not to talk about that kind of stuff. But I do know he was invited back for Picard season 2 and season 3. And him and Michael Okuda and them are back for those. So, and it shows already. So. Matt says, sorry I'm late to the game. Yeah, Matt, no problem. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it, so glad you noticed. Eric Martin, they eject and explode the core to stop the subspace terror from an isolated weapon, like the one Tarka detonated in Disco. Yes, they do. We launch to the ISS on SpaceX rockets now. Oh, do we? Okay. Well, there you go. Then fuck them. We don't need the Russians then. Matt Boardman, I haven't had a chance to reply to your last email. Oh, it's not to me. Okay. He answers, yes, Doug is back in the art department for Star Trek Picard season 2 and 3. ThinkPad, being here with you is so awesome, Captain Foley. That is what I meant. Oh, thank you, ThinkPad. There's a ThinkPad right there. An IBM ThinkPad. So you're right here with me, ThinkPad, on the desk. But thank you, I appreciate it. Dan Ben, TOS Enterprise can separate. It's mentioned in the Apple Kirk. Discard the warp drive nacelles if you have to, and crack out of here in the main section. Get that ship out of here. Actually, in the original, I'm gonna step on you here, Dan. That was for ejecting the nacelles. The original Star Trek Bible for TOS had multiple separations for that ship. One was the saucer. The others were the nacelles from the ends of the struts in case of emergency, and also the struts themselves out of the secondary hull with the nacelles attached for different kinds of emergencies. So that one is more of a separate the nacelles would mean separate them from the pylons, I would assume. But we cover that in we have a two-part saucer separation episode, and it was really fun to do that one. I'm really proud of that one. So I would say go check that out. It's Trekyards Saucer Separation, Part 1 and 2, to learn all about that. We've got some really good visuals in there as well. So, yeah, check that out. But you are right, Dan. But yeah, there was actually multiple ways that things could be detached from that ship in the case of emergency in the TOS Bible. So, Jeremy Caulfield, if I had $1 for every time there was a warp core breach, I'd have a lot of dollars. Pumpkin Spice, what kind of auxiliary craft is on the Titan's underhull? Not sure. Probably I don't know. Because there was the Aero Shuttle on Voyager, there was the Wave Rider on Nova. Not sure what the one on the Nova class is, so. Or the Luna class, sorry. Squadron Course, I thought in 2009 they ejected the antimatter pods, not the core. Don't care, it's still stupid. Matt Boardman, Trekyards, we saw the actual ejection sequence in the Voyager episode Day of Honor. There's the episode, but yes, we did talk about that scene. Just didn't know the episode title, so thank you. Saucy Puppet Show, 2009 Enterprise is powered by Budweiser. It was. The Trek Reviewer, I am surprised that Discovery did not make the warp core eject through the turbolift system. It probably did. Ozzy says, if you've a cigar now, you can smoke the cigar on the Starship Bridge. Yes. Well, if you're captain, yeah. When I saw Rio smoking the stogie on the bridge, I'm like, that's not a Starfleet regulation. But then again, he's the captain. Then again, as I said too, it could be a holographic cigar. It could be fake. Who knows? Who's to say? Dan Ben, Voyager ejected warp core more than once. Yes, but we only see a really good visual of it once. Good old gamer. Since Doug is back, will we see the NX refit become canon? Maybe a model of it or something? No idea. Birth defect. I think more military style ships like the Defiant and Saber class should have more EVA suits instead of relying on dozens of escape pods. I've seen designs for a pod on the Delta Flyer, for fuck's sakes. Language. John Doe. I don't understand why they need all the technology for the translators. I mean, I don't understand why each of the older versions won't be able to do anything the newer one. That's not what it. Okay, people are. People don't understand. They weren't there as we've tried all these old ones that are 900 years old. They don't work. That's not what it's for. They were making a visual point that all of these were important in some way, and all that technology, all that kind of ideas that were put into these is useless because we could maybe not even totally understand the 10C regardless. They didn't use each of these. That's not what it was. It was just, it was stupid to have them in the scene, but it was cool to have them in the scene. It confused a lot of people, and it frustrates the fuck out of me because I have to explain it to people all the time. But anyway, yeah, the new ones would definitely have all the tech of the old ones. Absolutely. Engine pods, not nacelles. Well, whatever. It's just terminology. The terminology in TLS was different and not established yet. So, John Doe, like iPhones, like the new. I get it. I'm not going to go into it. Don't care. Matt Boardman, when are we going to do our script read? Hell, man, I don't know. It's a good question. Dan Ben, when you're not busy, Matt, you're always freaking busy. Star Trek Prodigy. They referenced the Captain Jot a few times before they use it at the end of season 2. I think you didn't like that they had one. Not that I didn't like that they had one. They shouldn't have one. There's no way the Cerritos should have a Captain Jot. It's not an important enough ship for the captain to have a Captain Jot. Captain Jot is a pretty luxurious item to have on a ship, and not every captain would have one. The Wave Rider is not a Captain Jot. The Aero Shadow is not a Captain Jot. Those are auxiliary vessels designed for specific things. The fact of having a Captain Jot for the captain to basically go to Ryza or do whatever the fuck he needs to do. There's no way the Cerritos should have one. Ships like the Galaxy class would, the Sovereign would, high-end ships, not Cerritos, which they made a point of saying is one of the least important ships in the fleet. There's no way it should have a Captain Jot. It should have just been called a shuttle or executive shuttle or something instead of a Captain Jot. I thought that was stupid. Yes. Eric Martin, I remember an insurrection with the warp core gone. The warp nacelles were still glowing blue, which made no sense. Well, it was residual warp plasma probably in the nacelles, but even the TOS episode The Apple, Kirk tells Scotty blow the saucer section too. Jeff Sturm, in the TOS, the Enterprise had a button on the captain's chair that would eject one ejection pod in particular for some reason. That's because the script needed that for that week. So, Dan Ben, yeah, I wasn't sure the Apple meant they would saucer separate. View from Lookout, Trekyards. With Star Trek Picard now bringing a new ship called USS Stargazer, why didn't they have the series named Star Trek Stargazer either, with a new crew for young Picard? I don't know, because why make a show based off everything? I don't want to see a young Picard on the Stargazer. I don't care. I know what happens to Picard. I don't need to see a young Picard. Anyway. Pug is back. Yes. No one's blocking you, John Doe. Don't worry. I don't know why somebody said that, so. You smell like wrong. Okay. Jeremy Caulfield, in Discovery, you eject the warp core by a Pez dispenser in the neck of the ship. No need to get defensive, John Doe. That scene in particular has been brought up a few times, and it's frustrating because that's not what they were doing. They didn't have the old tech there to make the point of, we tried all these to translate things. Now, I appreciate you're a subscriber, but I've talked about it multiple times now. So. Okay, Pony Person. What about the nose part of the Defiant class doubling as an emergency torpedo? Saw that in some concept. Yes, it was an emergency warhead, which was kind of a stupid idea, but they never used that, thank God. Eric Martin. I'd love a scene with Kovich doing a relationship counseling session with Saru and the Navarre president. Okay. John Doe, I just want to apologize. I shouldn't have snapped like that about that question. But I get that the old life... See, that's the thing, though. You brought up the iPhone in your comment. I didn't read the whole thing, but there are apps that you can't download anymore because they're not available on the iTunes store. And I have a bunch of them even on my iPhone now that I'm currently using, my iPhone, my newest one. And you can't download them from the icon is there, but every time you try to download it, it says it's not available on the store anymore. So old technology does sometimes have things that the newer technology doesn't. But that's not what those were. They were a visual representation of, like, hey, look at all the stuff we know about Star Trek. Look, that's what it was. And there was just like, these are translators used over the years. I don't know why there wasn't more, because there was 900 years of technology that wasn't represented there. Just the area we know, how appropriate. It was just silly. So it's just a frustrating scene. So anyway, my apologies. I've talked about it ad nauseum over the last few days. I know you didn't know that, and I know it. Anyway, it's my bad. But sorry, I apologize. Captain's husband is an admiral, though, so he might be a reason why it's a Captain John. Maybe, sure. Saucy Puppet Show. Cronenberg was using the old translators as props so he could roast everyone for being dum-dums. Shannon Murphy. They should explore some other Lost Era character. Yes, please. Dan Ben. DS9, I think the number of shuttles that the Defiant has be too many. I think the Defiant only has 3 shuttles, but yeah, that's a lot for the size of the ship. But it's got the Chaffee shuttle, which is a cool design. I only see it once. It's a great looking ship. Squadron Course. In my honest opinion, the highest rank attainable by using corn pips should be Colonel. That's hilarious. That's good. Shannon Murphy. To be fair, the station itself had plenty of runabouts. Dan Ben. I saw the front cover of that Stargazer comic. It had incorrect hand phasing. Oh no. The thing is, with comic artists, they don't necessarily get things right. They'll draw a ship that's supposed to be another ship, but they'll draw whatever they want. It's just silly, and it's not even the same in the next frame sometimes. It's just, the comics are just So yeah. John Doe, it's okay, I understand. Yeah, I apologize. I really do. I feel bad now. But yeah, the thing is, a lot of, even computers, going back to your point, even computers, I have like a nice advanced computer downstairs. Guess what? It can't play the games that I could play on my IBM ThinkPad 755 CD from like 20 years ago. Why? I don't know. It's more advanced. It's got 17 or 18 million colors, but you go to install it, it says, this game can only be played with 256 colors. Okay, well then use the 256 of those colors out of the 17 million that you have access to now. That's not how computers work. Fuck you, computer. So a lot of times older tech can do things that newer tech can't. And you get too advanced to the point where the simplest things are sometimes overlooked. So I see your point, but also it also makes sense that older tech might be able to do something that newer tech can't. So I see both sides of it, but the whole visual representation of it, just to show off, hey, we know what Star Trek is. Look, these are things that translate things, right? Right? It's Discovery writers looking for recognition. I guess. I don't know. Pony person, we have no weapons left. Fire the nose. It goes well. Thank you, Carlos. Uh, John does. Oh, thank you. Yeah, determined about your accuracy, so I understand your frustration. I can handle it. I apologize. No, you shouldn't have to apologize. I'm apologizing. You asked a valid question on a live. Sometimes when I hear the same question over and over again, I get so frustrated. It turns me into rant mode. Like if somebody were to say, "Why, if the lithium is a power source, is da 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 da." That's where I have to drop my fucking iPad, sit back, crack my knuckles, and go, okay, the lithium for the 15 millionth time is not a fucking power source. And go into that whole speech. But yeah, so I apologize. I apologize. You don't have to apologize. Please do not apologize. I don't know why somebody said to block you, but that's just silliness. So, Squadra course is the command to detonate the Defiance nose weapon. Blow the nose. Blow our nose. Operation Kleenex. The Trek reviewer. Maybe the Cerritos has a captain jet because the California class has the same saucer as the Galaxy class. It doesn't have the same saucer as the Galaxy class, not even close. It's totally different. Totally different. And a lot fucking smaller, too. There's no sense for it to have a captain jet. John Doe. Understand you probably talked about it. Had my kids. I'm able to watch. Yeah, no worries. Like I said, you shouldn't be apologizing. I should be apologizing. So you didn't do anything wrong. Stephen Fathery, what's up, Cap? I'm watching you from the Star Trek cruise. Can't stay long, piss poor internet speeds, but I wanted to say howdy. Well, hello, Stephen, and enjoy your cruise. I'm envious of everybody there, and I know quite a few people there, so have fun. Be safe. Dan Ben, before Starfleet took over DS9, I wonder what ships Cardassian used on those runabout pads. I don't know, small little Cardassian ships. Matt Jeffries, my God. Matt Boardman, there you go, there's a compliment, Boardman. Love the Chaffee shuttle design. Yes, it's cool. We only see it once, though, on screen, like, for fuck's sakes. Cokelud. Sorry if this has been asked today, but why did you think the Galactic Barrier... What do you think of the Galactic Barrier look on Discovery? Are you okay with it? We did a video about it, comparing it to the other ones. I've never been okay with the fucking Galactic Barrier look, because it's a galactic barrier. It's an energy field that gets our entire galaxy. So there's no reason in hell it should be represented as a fucking band of color. What, are you at the edge? Like, if it's oval, are you at this edge where it's like concentrated? No, it should be all fucking purple, and it should fade to black as it gets farther away on all angles. Everywhere you look should be. That being said, wasn't a fan of it. It looked like a tear. The lightning was stupid, and the cellular or the spatial cells were also stupid. If they would have had one line of dialogue saying, this is the weakest part, this is where the 10C pushed through with the DMA, or to control, whatever, this is where they were pushing through. This is why it's damaged. This is why there's like, anomalous energy because of the lightning or whatever. And this is also why the spatial cells are there to repair it. It's repairing itself. It all would have made sense. I wasn't a huge fan of the way it looked. No need to redesign something just because you visually have the ability to. Please stop that. If fucking Discovery's learned anything over the last 4 years, don't redesign something just because you can, especially when it should look a specific way. So yes, we have a video out about it. I think it was out today or tomorrow, talking about the Galactic Barrier look. So I would suggest checking it out. But that's my thoughts. Sean, so you can only change one thing about Discovery. If you could only change one thing about Discovery, what would it be? Have them say from the beginning it's a retconned universe or a different universe called the Discoverse. And I'd be like, fuck, you did a good job. Other than that, I would have Brian Fuller be never in charge, and his directives never fucking had to be adhered to. Like, no cylindrical nacelles, nothing can look TOS. Okay, well, it's a TOS era. You can't look TOS. Just redesigning shit for the sake of redesigning it. Please stop. Jeremy Caulfield. Abuse all the runabouts you want. We'll just make more. Good thing there are lots of rivers on Earth. Carlos Smith. Yes, 900 years Yes, 900 plus years they can't touch because it means to create new IP licenses. And who gets to own them? CBS or I don't know who BRSHR. Since CBS owns the IP, they are not willing to create more than usual. Pony person, wish I could use my 5.25 or my 5.25 inch floppy disk on my PC. Well, you can. You can buy 3.5 floppy disk drives that can connect in modern PCs, but you can't install the games necessarily. You need them. You need to do reconfiguring of the code and shit. Birth defect. During TNG era, the Excelsior is the unofficial ship for the choice of admirals. What would be the ship after the Nemesis movie? Galaxy class. That's a little too big, actually. I don't know. That's a good question. To just shuttle admirals around? Why not a Nova class? It's too small. To shuttle admirals around? Why not the Galaxy class? Because it's too big. So I don't know. That's a good question, actually. Eric Martin, biggest change I'd make to Discovery is less time on feelings, more time on story development and plot. Matt Boardman says, the fact that you have to tell a program to play in compatibility mode is so silly to me. It's like, shouldn't it already know to do that? Yes, I should be able to put in any game from any era into a modern PC and have it go, okay, install. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. Build the compatibility mode around the, like, in a shell of the program. So every time you access the program, here it goes, okay, I recognize that this is an older program. I need to run in this mode. Boom. Computers are smart enough to do this shit, but they don't. It annoys the shit out of me. Shannon Murphy, my grandmother is very paranoid about new technology. She thinks people are spying on her. She's been like this for years. How can I help her? Ask her what she's doing in her life that's so fucking important that people need to spy on her. I don't care if people are fucking spying on me. They're going to watch me sitting on the couch scratching my balls half the time. If they want to watch that, they want to know what I'm doing, fuck them. Fine. Enjoy me scratching my balls. I'm just saying, who the fuck cares what I'm doing? I don't care. Enjoy yourself, guys. Jeremy Caulfield, I'm against runabout abuse, just to be clear. Pony person, also, it's a pain to get a case that can fit into my 2 Blu-ray burner drive. Jeremy Stern, Prodigy did a much better job at working on different badges, different reasoning for it, though. Dan Ben, the Defiant and Klingon bird of praise don't look like they have a door in the place where the docking bay, where they dock the deep space. I know, that's another thing. Ryan Lindler, how can we help you to get 100k subs? How is Trek culture at 150k subs? Trekyards should be at 200k subs, in my opinion. I agree, Ryan. Most Star Trek YouTubers have said that Trekyards is grossly undersubscribed to. How can we get to 10k, 100k? I don't know, but I want to get to 100k. That's been my goal for like years now. How is Trek culture at 150? Because they're attached to What Culture, which is a corporation. They got What Culture. They got a Star Wars culture one. They got a wrestling culture one. They've got a whole bunch of different branches. So they have a corporate entity that takes care of them, essentially, and does their planning and all this shit. So they can buy, like, I don't know how it works. But they got a corporation behind them. And we should be at 200k. We once lost 9,000 subs in a day because of YouTube. And it took us forever to get those back because YouTube just purged a bunch of shit. It's annoying as hell. So anyway, the right people watch us, the right people respect us, the people working on the shows, that's all we really care about at this point. So, yeah. And Trek culture is a lot flashier and stuff. They can hire editors and, yeah, so that's why. What I don't get is why Lore Reloaded is over 100,000k and we're not, because that's bullshit, because he started after us. So did Space Doc. We've had Space Doc on the show. We've had Lore Reloaded on the show. We've had a bunch of people on the show because we like collaborating with, like, helping people out. And they blow right by us. And do they mention us? No, not really. Fuck them. So it's just a bit of annoyance. Anyway. Blow the nose just hit me. Almost peed myself. Jonathan C. I'm pretty sure Starfleet added those runabout pads as a modification of DS9. Yeah, but there were probably launch ships there before. Remember, it was an orbital mining platform, so they didn't have far to go, so they wouldn't be long range shuttles there. There would probably just be work bees and stuff for repairing the station or transporting stuff to and from the planet. So, Squadra Course, were the runabout pads on DS9 big enough for a Hideki? My gut says no, but I can't remember. Yeah, they're not big enough for that. Dan Ben, do you think Eagle Moss will make 2 models of the Prodigy Protostar, a normal one and a Protostar drive? I hope so. I've been saying they need to do that for a while, or have one transformable, or have it come in a box that has like the proto drive engine in it as well, so you can like pop off the nacelles, put them in the lower configuration, and pop on the Protostar drive. They need to do something, but I think they'll probably just make more than one model because it's Eagle Moss. Trek and Wars both have galactic barriers. I find it odd, but well, it's because it's fact. Every galaxy is surrounded by an energy barrier of sorts to protect it from extragalactic space. It's a science fact. So look it up. There's actually an energy barrier surrounding our galaxy. Ozzy, Defiant can find runabouts under the command of Cisco. Okay. Jeff Sturm, the galactic barrier was cherry cola filled with Pym particles for Ant-Man. Jeremy says, shouldn't the edge of the universe be a starless void, at best, full of dark matter? Yes. Good old gamer, the earliest disco change would have been to have it set in the future from the start. That's another thing that could help, yes. Jonathan C., well, it's not the edge of the universe, just the edge of one galaxy within the broader universe. There are lots of other galaxies. Yes. And you know how you look up in the night sky and you see all the stars? Have you seen the Hubble shot of Beyond the Galaxy, where you see all the galaxies, and there's as many galaxies as there is stars, and each of those galaxies has billions of stars in them? Like, it's insane. So we're just part of a bigger picture. I would say disco would have set disco in the 32nd century from the beginning. Carwin says, it bothers me that they want to make TOS era Star Trek, but don't want it to look like TOS era Star Trek. What the fuck at this point? Set it elsewhere. And when it's all good. Well, that's what they did. They went to the 32nd century, so they wouldn't fuck up canon anymore. Let's see. Squadra Chorus, for the original disco non-canon look, that was mostly Fuller, but Kurtzman gets a lot of hate too. Did Kurtzman botch the story, or was he just trying to work around Fuller's mess ups? Kurtzman's just a fuck up from the beginning. He wasn't a huge fan of Star Trek going into helping write 2009. Him and Roberto Orsi, or whoever the fuck it was, fucked that movie up. They fucked up Transformers. He's just an idiot. And he doesn't understand Star Trek. But it is what it is. Shannon Murphy, I miss the old games I used to play on my dad's PC when I do too. That's what I tell her. She's 85 years old and alone and keeps to herself. No one has any business spying on her. Exactly. You were right about computers. I want to play an old Risk game. I still have the CD. Yeah, I have all my original CDs and even 3.5-inch floppies, screensavers as well as games, and I can't use them because they're not compatible with the modern machine, which is bullshit. Hidaki class and fighter shuttle patrol ships, they're made same shape but different sizes and show. Jeff Sturm, Adobe Photoshop can read Adobe Photoshop files from over 10 years ago. I don't get why older programs won't run old files. Word will even open up old. Well, honestly, Photoshop and Word are not like super advanced programs, so yeah. One of her dryer balls is missing, and she thinks someone got into her house and stole it, despite the fact that the items go, like socks, go missing in dryers all the time. It's probably behind the dryer. She probably took it out with a load of laundry, and it fell and bounced and rolled under something. Trek culture gets a lot wrong. I mean, we all get a lot wrong. We've got stuff wrong here, too. Especially when we're just trying to remember stuff off the top of our head, which is why we love you guys as an audience for our lives, because you can help us out a lot of times, so... Dan Ben, 2 different companies like Watch Culture and Watch Mojo. Yeah. Eric Martin, Eagle Moss Prodigy should come packaged in blue Murph gel instead of styrofoam. No. So YouTube is the problem. Makes sense. I don't know if YouTube's the problem, but it's just, we had hit 150, or no, we had hit 50,000 subscribers or something. I was so happy, and then I went to look the next day, and it dropped like 7,000 or 9,000 subscribers, so we weren't there yet, and it took us forever to crawl back up. It was just bullshit. You need an emulator engine to run any game from the past. The code for such game are fixed and cannot be reskinned properly. It takes too long. Don't care. Computers should compensate for that. Screw an emulator. The computer should be smart enough to figure it out. Shannon Murphy, I enjoy the current size of the community, at least chat-wise. Some channels like quit their streams because there's just so many people in there. The chats are illegible. That's true, and I'm worried about that when we get bigger, because we do read every super chat, and I've seen some where like super chat, and they don't fucking read them. It's like that. Why are people even bothering super chat if they don't get acknowledged? So that bothers me, and I'm worried about that if we ever get to 100,000. And we have like 600 people on every live. It could be a problem at some point, but we'll find a way around it. So, Dan Ben, I don't like those 10 facts about a ship you need to know videos that have info from non-canon sources, and you don't really need to know in order to watch. I mean, we include non-canon information in a lot of our full ship breakdowns too, because it's interesting, it's entertaining stuff that people have worked hard on. Like I said, I got hundreds of books here from like all over since Trek began, which has different facts in. I like to incorporate really interesting facts about a ship that might not be canonical, but a lot of ships don't have a lot of canonical facts. I can't speak today for some reason. So Metallica fan 1442, Captain, did you ever have the Hasbro, I think, Transforming Enterprise D toy model? It changed from the Enterprise D, all good things right on. It's called Transwarp, and it is from Playmates. And no, I never had it, but I've seen it. It looks cool, and I wouldn't mind getting one. Jeremy Caulfield, if you touch the sky, the computer punishes you. Jeff Sturm, so many galaxies far, far away. Is one of those galaxies the Prime TOS galaxy? Did I just give away an idea, or am I onto something? Don't know, Jeff. Pony Person, say, mein Kapitän. What does a Defiant class cost, in your opinion? I have no idea. I'm not going to calculate costs. No. Birth Defect. Damn it. Endgame gave Admiral LaForge a Nova ship right. You're so right. Which is funny, because LaForge built the HMS Victory, a massive warship, dreamt big, fell short, and downgrade from the galaxy. Ryan can't stand Kurtzman, neither can I. Pixie Doodle, any mobile apps you like for the smartphone that are Trek-based? A lot, yeah. I've did a video probably a few years ago, some of my favorite Trek-based app games and stuff, and yeah, there's a few. A lot of them don't work anymore, like I said, because they're just not available on the App Store. They weren't updated by the publisher of the game, so fortunately I'm using my phone right now to stream this, so I can't really go on there and show you guys, so. But yes, there is just look up Trekyards mobile app, iOS or Apple, put that in the search thing. You should find a video that talks about all of my favorite Trek apps from a few years ago. Carwin Morris says, I watched a behind the scenes on Strange New Worlds where the designer kept referring to a TOS character as Mr. Zulu. Like watching an episode, it doesn't fill with confidence. That's funny. Brain and brain, what is brain? Matt Boardman, the live chat for Star Wars Theory is ridiculous. Shannon Murphy, and then there's the snobby big channels that only read super chats and nothing else. Well, during our reviews and stuff, we read mostly we do pride ourselves on reading every super chat. We do read a question here and there from the regular chats, depending on the type of video we do. And then there's these, where I try to read everybody's comment regardless, which is bad because then nobody super chats. Because, oh, it's going to read my comment anyway. I'm just not going to super chat. It is what it is. I like reading everybody's comment. I like having a good discussion with you guys and really kind of touching base with you guys. So, but that's the problem when I read every super chat on these, that I just don't get, unless I'm drinking, unless you're paying for me to have drinks and see me get sloshed, which I don't like to do it all the time either, which I'm not doing today. I have water. It's just, it doesn't pay off to read everybody's chats for a lot of channels. So it's just the way it is. I would prefer, people still super chat while I'm doing these, while I'm reading everybody's comments, but people just assume that they don't have to. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's kind of a double-edged sword, but. Matt Boardman, I donated once. He never even acknowledged it. And that was the last time I contributed to his channel. That bothers me. Shit like that bothers me. Gotham City, welcome. Gotham City has joined the channel. Drink of Admiral. Attention, Admiral on deck. Thank you for joining the channel. Much appreciated. Eric Martin, Trekyards is like fine dining. Other Star Trek channels are fast food for the masses. Keep doing good content. I have spoken. Thank you, Eric. N Ram says hello, hello. Dan Ben, in ships Stargate Atlantis, they traveled from this galaxy to Pegasus Galaxy. Starship Universe, they traveled through many galaxies, none of them mentioning the Galactic Barrier. And they were using Stargate technology to go through the Galactic Barrier. You don't need to mention it. So, Matt Boardman, welcome aboard, Admiral. Yes. Pony Person, compatible is so aggravating. I have 1,000,000,004 consoles because of a PS2 game isn't working on PS4 and so on. I know. Backwards compatibility should always be top priority. Squadron Course, yeah, I like how Trekyards handles the live chats. Nice that all super chats get read and noteworthy comments. Not just, I mean, we miss a lot of noteworthy comments during those, but we can only read so many. But we do pay attention to most of them. A lot of times when it's moving too fast, we don't catch all of them, but we try to. That's the thing. Ryan says, is Trekyards a full-time gig for you and Samuel? If not, would you like it to be? It is a full-time gig for both of us, yes. And it barely keeps us going. That's why super chats and stuff like that is important. So that's why I was asking for super chats, because it's our monthly income. So I was doing something else. So as you guys know, I was a private investigator for the first few years of Trekyards, but it got hard to keep the scheduling and stuff. And Trekyards was doing pretty good as far as money was going. So I was like, I'm gonna give up the private investigator thing. I did it for 8 years total, and so yeah, it just wasn't exciting. So this is much more my speed, more what I like doing. So let's see. Yeah, you use non-canon info better. Oh, okay. Glad you like it. Sean, ever played Fleet Tops for Armada 2? Oh, Fleet Ops. Yes, Fleet Ops. Armada 2 Fleet Ops is amazing. Yes. Dan Ben, I've watched more videos with Star Wars games get mispronounced than Star Wars names. It's Star Trek names. Squadron Course, $1. Thank you so much, Squadron Course. Shannon Murphy, I'm a student about to graduate, so I got to hold on to my money. I'm a miser anyways. It's fine, Shannon. Just you watching is all the support we need. Hitting that like button. Simple way to support us. Dan Ben, Google voice search sometimes names and says a name of Star Trek character incorrectly. Yes, well, that's just AI stuff for you. Birth defect, Shannon, I've always wanted to see that and the Constitution. It's gotten better. I can walk through most modern hallways on a Nimitz, and I'm 6'3". Carlos says every game engine uses a different code build, and to create a universal player to play all games means secrets have to be shared, and no gaming company wants to do that. The PC makers can't touch. I don't care. It's a fucking computer. It should figure it out. It has to do this to put this on the screen. Okay, well then fucking do that. It's simple. I don't understand why it's so difficult. Secrets. Fuck off. It's not politics, not spies and ooh. Fucking stupid. It's just dumb. You should everything should play everything. I get that proprietary stuff like PlayStation and Xbox can be different. Sure. They can't work on a PC. Fine. But old PC games from fucking 100 years ago should work on this one because it's much more advanced. You know, like I said, my old ThinkPad 755 CD. You know, I always call the 755 has 755 megabyte hard drive. That was big back then. And the CD part is because it had, you could lift up the keyboard and swap out the CD or swap out the 3.5-inch floppy drive, just pull it out and plug in the CD drive so you could put CDs in it. 755 megabyte hard drive. I forget what the fucking RAM and shit was in the processor, but it's not important because there's nothing. But why can't my most advanced PC play the same games that that thing could install? Doesn't make sense. Matt Boardman, $20. Take a big swig of that. Oh man, $20 swig. Thank you, Matt. Aldebrian whiskey for me today, says Gotham City. Shannon Murphy, I hate that Siri says his name like Checote. Checote. Metallica fan 1442, £2. Just wanted to say thanks for the stream. Thank you, Metallica fan. Appreciate it. And you're welcome, guys. Shannon Murphy, imagine that led to some games becoming lost when they lose the original source code. Yeah. And sad. George Mangrum, $20. I appreciate Trekyards. Wow. Thank you, George. That is great, actually. Thank you so much. Puggle, I see a Puggle. They see you, Puggins? Yeah, they see you. We have a warp-capable starship with a Stargate on board. What? I see that little smushed nose. Was private investigating dangerous? At times, actually, it was, yes. Constable Foley. And you have my undying loyalty, of course. More valuable than any dollar value. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Hit like and share helps a lot. Thank you, Gotham City. Appreciate that. Carlos A. Smith, it is more about money, who gets paid, and it is messy. I don't care. Computers are dumb. Don't make us go. I mean, people say that to me all the time when I say it should just work. It should just work. It's simple. And there's no reason that a PlayStation 1 game shouldn't work in my PlayStation 5. No fucking excuse for that bullshit. So don't get me started. So every time I say that something should work, don't be like, well, there are legal issues, and don't care. Don't care. That shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be important. Shouldn't be a thing. The computer should just know. There's all the instructions to install the game. Okay, I need to make these modifications. There you go. Here's my representation of what the game should look like. Should it be perfect? Maybe not all the time, but it is what it is. Dan Ben, I once went to download a mobile game and it said it didn't have old enough operating system. Yeah, that happens sometimes too. Pony Person, it just occurred to me. Could a Nebula class eject its nacelles? Probably. Eric Martin, you should offer a pug snoring ringtone or a message tone for sale at your site. Perhaps you yelling quiet. Shannon Murphy, she mispronounces things such as dogged persistence as she stumbles from one syllable to the next. Metallica fan 1442, I remember when Quake came out and it was 50 megabytes. I had to get my folks to buy a new hard drive so I could play it. Yeah, I feel your pain, man. General Grievous, join the winning side and switch from to Android from the evil Apple Empire. No, because one's superior, one's not, and I'm not stupid. Dan Ben, in the old days when you had a computer game on multiple discs. Oh, yeah. BJ Vincent, $2. Finances with me is short, but hope this helps. Well, if it's short for you, don't do it. I say that all the time. Don't put yourselves out for us. If you're able to, and you're financially in the position where you can, please do. But I hate people. I don't hate people. I hate when people say, I'm very short this month, but here's some money. It's like, now I feel really bad. Don't do that. Like, don't take away from your... Thank you, BJ Vincent. I appreciate it, but... Shannon Murphy, I couldn't ever see myself coding. Props to those who do it because it's so boring. Remember in 1981 when Bill Gates supposedly said 640K ought to be enough for anybody in regards to RAM? Yes. Squadra Course, the old games use old graphics libraries that are no longer supported on newer computers. If you try to keep updating the old stuff, it just grows and grows until too much expense. I don't care. It should just work. Carlos, okay, did you ever play the game Homeworld? through Stream. I play it, but the engine code was created to help use it. No, I have never played that. Those rebel androids hold people for ransom. People should be able to uninstall the Facebook app if they want to. Aaron says, I feel you, Cap. I keep trying to work out how to get old games to work on new systems. There's ways around it, but I'm not a computer programmer. I'm not a coder. People are like, oh, you got to go into the code and add this line and this line and this line. That'll make it work. That'll make your mod work. It's like, can you just fucking make an executable file for me? Thanks. Because the old game of Starfleet Command Volume 2, well, all the Starfleet Command games, you can get them to play on modern PCs a lot of the time. I know they're available through Good Old Gaming now, most of them, not all of them, but some of the games that I'm talking about. But there was one that had a multi-era mod for it, and that was Starfleet Command Volume 2. You install this mod, and it came in an executable file. So you just click the executable file, it went into the game code and changed everything it needed to change and set it up. So when you started it next time, you had the option of choosing TOS, Starfleet battleships, all eras, TNG, or the movie era, or whatever. Like there's the different ones you could choose. And it did it all by itself. That was a fucking genius that created an executable file to help people mod. So my very first PC had 32 megabytes of RAM, 4 gigabyte hard drive, no GPU, and sound card, a flippin' sound card. Yeah, well, I'd buy Stuart yelling quiet for $1. Shannon Murphy, though I do hate Apple for buying beads. I think the headphones have gone downhill ever since they were brought out. Disagree. Programming is not more complicated. It's a lot more complicated than people realize. Years ago, I wrote a program to improve credit card transactions. Just the main part was 318 lines of code. Yeah, but that's your job. That's the coder's job. I don't care how difficult it is. That's the job. It's what they chose to do. Do your job. It should work for me when I buy it. If I buy something, it should be able to play it 20 years later and not have to have an old PC or the original computer I had to play it. That's bullshit. Sorry, but that's bullshit. That's screwing your customer base, and it's not cool. So, fix it. New edition of game. Let's change the rules because reasons. Money. I used the PlayStation game once in PlayStation 2. For some reason, it wouldn't save onto the PS2 memory card, so I had to play without saving it. Yeah, I know. It's bullshit. Metallica fan 1442 has upgraded their membership to Admiral, so thank you so much, Admiral. That's 2 Admirals on deck for this live, which is amazing, so thank you so much, guys. Carlos A. Smith, my first PC compact per stereo, 384 megahertz, 256 megabyte, yeah. Carwin Morris, I had to download an emulator to play the 25th anniversary. It's still one of my favorite Trek games, but I think Armada 2 is my top, though. Armada 2 is fun. I think one of my favorite games is obviously the Starfleet Command Volume 2. I love that game. 25th anniversary was very frustrating for me. I hate those puzzle-y games. But, yeah, I think that's available on Good Old Gaming now. You can just get it and install it on modern systems. So, that's the other thing I fucking hate. I can't stream a lot of these things on OBS because I have 2 monitors set up downstairs. Right? So I have OBS open, whatever. When I open up a game like Starfleet Command Volume 2, which I got from Good Old Gaming, so it does work on the PC and all that. It fucking fucks the resolution hardcore on my main monitor. Like, fucks the resolution hardcore. Shifts everything over. I can't find OBS on my second monitor. I can't get out of the game without closing the game down. So I can't find OBS, so I can't stream anything to show you gameplay. If I try to open it in a separate window, sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't. You can screen cap that window for OBS, but I'm not an OBS expert either. I would love to play old games for you guys, but I don't because I can't figure out how to do it. So there's that. Don't fuck my resolution. Just, it's supposed to be that resolution? Cool, then find a way. Your resolution's set way higher anyway. So just put it in a smaller window that I can expand. Don't fuck the whole resolution. And so, it used to do this. It doesn't do it anymore, thank God. But every time it did that, it shoved all the icons on my desktop over to the other thing. And then when I went back out of the game, all the icons on my desk were fucking scattered everywhere or in the wrong spots. It's like, don't fucking change shit on me. Fuck you. So, yeah. Captain, did you play Birth of the Federation? I used to love the game. I think I played it once. Didn't really enjoy it. Aaron Genther, Captain's Share and Shipbuilder are two I keep tinkering with. Captain's Share is fun. Shipbuilder, JJ Prize and Discovery are Microsoft. They support Windows. Jesus Christ. Gotham City, you're fired. Dan Ben, when younger, I could get Star Trek Bridge Commander to work on the PC. I would always crash after the first cutscene. Yeah, that happens sometimes too. There's one simple thing you can do to change that too, but it's always difficult to fucking do. Shannon Murphy, I love watching Armada videos. The mods people install in there make for awesome what if battles. Yeah, Armada, like somebody mentioned the Fleet Ops mod for Armada 2. Fucking beautiful. It makes it such a much better game. So, Dan Ben, are you going to play upcoming Star Trek Resurgence game? Hell yes. I'm going to stream that from the PlayStation. So yes. Squadron Course, I'll be willing to bet that Starfleet Command 2 didn't say on the box that it was compatible with Windows 10. It probably runs just fine if you still have a Windows 95 PC. I don't have a Windows 95 PC because why would I? And of course it doesn't say it was compatible with Windows 10 because that was fucking forever ago. But as we were just talking about with John Doe earlier, why wouldn't the new translators have all the capabilities of the old translators? That's what this whole discussion was about. So I don't care. It worked on Windows fucking... If it worked on Windows 3.1, it should work on Windows 10 because Windows should just make everything fucking work. So it doesn't have to say, game is supported on Windows 1563, which will be available in 200 years. It shouldn't say that because if you buy it, the minute you buy it, it should work on your PC if your PC's up to specs. Sure, modern PC, modern game, should be compatible. Might have to upgrade your PC, but it should work on every other fucking PC after that because they should be all way more advanced. End of discussion. I don't know why you're arguing about it. You're fucking your customers by saying, this is not going to work in 2 years because the new PCs won't be able to play it. So you got to keep your old PC. No, fuck that. It shouldn't be a thing. Star Trek New Worlds is my favorite Trek game. I'm just happy they're making a Star Trek game that isn't mobile. Yeah, I know, right? Yes, why can't they figure out a way to not have this screw with resolution? Amen, Matt. Starship Creator was fun for like 10 minutes, and then it was just the same thing over and over without any purpose. I agree, Matt. They could if they wanted to, but there's not enough money in it for them. But still, it's a stupid fucking excuse. I would pay somebody to have a thing that allows me to not fuck my resolution when I would buy a program, even if it's $80. Buy it once and it can, all the old games that I used to have I could play, I'd buy it. So they are losing out on money in Squadron Course. Your arguments are invalid. Anyone played DS9 Combat? Is that a game? Gotham City. Sorry, I couldn't resist the silliness. It's the Joker in me. Armada 2 mods. Where? When? Give me, please. You can find them, I think. I think they're still downloadable. But it's called Armada 2 Fleet Ops. Definitely worth it. Star Trek Hidden Evil is unplayable even using my VM. I don't know why this kid is fucking wandering around my house. Fucking sit in your room. Jesus Christ. Carwin Morris, I have so many problems trying to live stream with OBS. I went back to using StreamYards. Oh, okay. Dan Ben, Star Trek Starship Creator was not good. Squadron Course, not arguing about it, just saying that in order to do it, they'd have to spend a lot more on developing new versions of Windows. So Windows would be 10 times. I don't care. Again, I would pay more for Windows. I really don't give a flying fuck. I just want it to work. Simple. I have a game. I don't care how old it is. I should put it in. It should install it, and it should work. It's the end of discussion. It's not fucking rocket science. Paul Graham, hey Cap, just for some fun, for a few minutes, for kid time. Okay. Oh, just buy for some fun. Okay, good to see you, Paul. Dan Ben, Star Trek Conquest was not a good game, and there was no way to play as the Borg. Cosmic Kitty, I'm the real one. Trekyards keeps calling me a white whale captured by Moby Dick, and I shall prosecute You've already blocked my main channel and I can't defend myself. Keep it up. I've already spoken to the cops. I have no idea who you are, so what the fuck? Paul Graham, do you have an evening this week? I'll make it a point to come and visit. I'd say shoot me a DM. I don't know. I'd have to look at my schedule. This week's fairly busy, but maybe. Let's see. Carlos Smith, it's a game dealing with ships from DS9 called DS9 Combat. No, I know which game you're talking of. It's Dominion Wars. I never played that though. Dan Ben, the PSP game Star Trek Tactical Assault had such a low recharge rate weapons. Okay. Metallica Fan 1442, I liked that Xbox 360 game Star Trek Legacy. Wish you could use it on newer consoles. You can buy it, you can get Legacy on for the PC, and it still works. There are a lot of mods for that, but adding the mods are very difficult, so. I might need to download Star Trek Online again. We've been dropping mirror content left and right. And Matt Borman says, at Cosmic Kitty. I have no fucking clue who that is, so. Are they going to prosecute us for hiding them on our channel? Whatever. Such bullshit. Never heard of Cosmic Kitty. I'm the real one before, so. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyone ever heard of Star Trek The Fallen? Yes, I actually have a copy of it. I've never played it. Somebody gave it to me a few years ago. Dan Ben, game, not games, in my last comment. Okay. Squadron Course, did you ever use the voice command app with Starfleet Command 1 and 2? Works great. I always thought it was funny. There's more keybinds than keys. I never did use the voice app. No, I never did. So, I don't know what to tell you. And I know, a Squadron Course, I know I'm being obstinate and being a pain in the ass, but it's just how I am. If I buy something, it should fucking work. End of discussion. I really don't give a fuck. Especially an old game. Like, the requirements for them are so subpar compared to the requirements or the system I'm using that it should just be like a simple. I shouldn't even have to install it. I should have to just hold it over the computer and it should scan it and go, okay, there, it's installed and you can play it right now. You never have to insert that disc ever again. You should just absorb it through osmosis. That's how technology should work. Anyway. Matt Borman, so I had a bit of fun this week. I've been trying to get the PS5 for a year and a half with no luck. Thanks, scalpers. I signed up with Sony to be put down in a lottery to buy one. Oh, cool. I have one. Shannon Murphy, personally, I'd love a Trek game with a single-player story with character customization. Jeff Sturm, if you buy anything, it should work. Yes. Matt Boardman, on Monday, I got an email that I was invited to a special event to purchase one from the website during a specific time. Only I didn't see the email from Monday until Wednesday. Fuck my life. Shit, Matt. I'm sorry, man. Squadron Course, no worries. We're just chatting. Loved voice command with Starfleet Command, Red Alert, Ray Shields, Half Impulse, weapons. I didn't even know it had it. I need to go back and try it. Paul throws in $5.87 Canadian, so thank you so much. KeplerRecapture.com needs a social media intern for a few months. Go help Paul save the world. Sorry, I had to. Winky face. Yeah, check out KeplerRecapture.com. They're actually doing some big things right now, and Paul is part of this really cool team. And if you can help, if you want to do some social media stuff for them, go check them out. Or at least go, even if you don't, just go check out KeplerRecapture.com. See what they're all about. Share it around. Get the word out there, and help out Paul. Laughable Larry, it's great to see you live, Foley. Thank you. It's better than seeing me dead, I would assume. So, Shannon Murphy, I got the Series X early last year. Thank God. BJ Vincent, did you ever play the 1998 PS1 video game called Medieval? It was the first video game I ever played in 1999, but working as surgical tech and being on call made it hard to play and enjoy. No, I've never even heard of it, so sorry I haven't. Pony Person, as anyone might imagine, I'm always looking for pony mode for games. It's so very difficult. Eric Martin, I still have fond memories of the 2600 and games like Defender, Combat Asteroids, and Space Invaders. Squadron Course, have you ever had to You have to get a separate app to do it. The apps let you map a spoken command to a key press, which activates whatever. Huh. Sounds cool. Sounds like it would be a cool upgrade, but they don't play it enough, especially now, to warrant it. Dan Ben, do you like that Star Trek Insurrection? Do I like that Star Trek Insurrection set between DS9? Or you do like that? I don't know if you're asking me or telling me. Carlos A. Smith. Okay, found it. 2001 Deep Space, or Star Trek Deep Space Station 9 Dominion Wars for Windows. Yeah, it's called Dominion Wars. This is what it's referred to as, but I didn't know there was all that added to it. Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's done by the same people that did Starfleet Command. Which would have been Interplay, I believe. So, but guys, we're at the 2-hour mark, so I didn't think I'd go for 2 hours. I said an hour initially, but it was just such a great discussion with you guys. So, yeah, 79 likes. If anybody hasn't hit that like button, consider hitting it. If anybody wants to throw in a last super chat or two, honestly, another $20 would be a fantastic way to end out. Didn't do much in the way of super chats with this one, but $20 would definitely help with the final tally. So if you're able to, please do. Right now, Squadron Course just sniped in with $1 for that last super chat slot. I'd just like to thank everybody for hanging out with me. It just kind of helped my day go a little faster. And love entertaining and hanging out with you guys. All right. I don't think I really entertain you. I'm just here rambling, reading your thing and then answering it. But people are watching and people are enjoying it, so that's important to me. So thank you so much, guys. Remember Star Trek Klingon, which was like 12 inches long? No, I don't remember a 12-inch long Klingon, Matt Boardman. I know you said 12 discs, but still. Jeff Stern, member for 6 months, the regular commander, says, with the news, it's great that you did this. Oh, that's true, too. I don't try to watch, I tend not to watch the news, but yeah, I didn't think about that. Glad I can help distract you guys at least a little bit. I personally wouldn't want to watch me because I think I'm an idiot, but I'm glad that other people do. So thank you for watching. Eric Martin throws in $10 and says, good live. Thank you so much, Eric. Much appreciated. I will get back to you, and we'll have you over soon, Eric, to check out the house. But yeah, yeah. There are a lot of patches for it in the beginning. Yeah, patches for games are fine. Please keep updating things. But yeah. Anyway, so it's $10. We need another $10 would be awesome. Because it's got the 10 from Eric there and 1 from Squadron Course. So another $10 super chat or 2 5s. Right now, Eric Martin has that last super chat slot. Does anyone want to snipe it from him? Probably not. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't like asking for money or for super chats on these lives where I read everybody's comments. It's more of a regular review kind of thing that we do. So, but you know, we're trying to just bolster. Like the last couple months have been not great. This month was better, getting better. Hopefully with Picard it'll get even better. So, yeah, it is what it is. You're more entertaining than some. Well, that's good. Good to know. Area 51 jumps in with $5 for the glory of Trekyards. Matt Boardman, $10. Why? Because we like you. Oh, thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. And thank you, Area 51. And Squadron Course snipes in again with another $1. Dollars are a great way to get that snipe in and get that last super chat. So Squadron Course has won the last super chat slot. And I will end it there so that they don't get sniped. So thank you guys for watching. Tune in Monday. We'll have something. We'll have a live or something, I'm sure. But anyway, until then, I'm Captain Foley. You guys are awesome. And thanks for hanging out with me. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend and a safe weekend.